Imagine waking up and finding your whole Google strategy basically worthless. I'm not exaggerating here. Google only controls 80% of all searches happening online today. The search landscape has completely changed around us. Instagram is crushing it with 6.5 billion searches per day. Amazon has 3.5 billion views per day, and those visitors are actually ready to buy. And the new one in town, ChatGPT, is already at 1 billion searches per day. Now your customers are looking everywhere except Google. And what do they find? Your competitors. Well, the good news, there is a surprising approach that can turn this around. And I'm about to show you exactly what you can do about it. And it is probably not even what you think of. Do you remember when "just Google it" was the answer to everything? It wasn't that long ago. I mean, I'm not that old, but it's not that long ago. Let me take you back to 1998. I was about 9 years old. Two Stanford students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, had a crazy idea. And that would literally change our lives forever. But what they created didn't start as Google. It was actually called Backrub initially. I'm actually happy that didn't go through, because we would say, let's go backrub it. Kind of weird, right? It's a weird name, yes, I know. Now what was making their approach so different was how they ranked websites. They focused on backlinks, basically seeing which websites are getting the most references from other websites. Now this simple idea gave them a huge advantage over other search engines like Yahoo or AltaVista, which were at the time dominating internet search. What else Google did completely awesome was that clean interface. You just got in to google.com and you had one thing and one thing only to do: type in exactly what you were looking for on the internet. No ads, no sidebar, no nothing. Just one thing. It's basically the ultimate conversion page. Now they steamrolled over Yahoo, demolished AltaVista, and basically sent every other search engine packing. Google became so dominant that their name actually became a verb. Think about it. Google it. What other brand made it? I'm not gonna Nike it for I'm going for a run, right? Doesn't happen. We all say Google it, and that's when you know you've made it. At their peak, Google controlled over 90% of daily searches. Every business built their entire digital strategy around Google. SEO has become all about pleasing Google's algorithm. The search giant stood like a colossus over the digital landscape. And there's where things get really shocking. Google now only controls about 18% of all online searches. Like a digital empire crumbling, they have experienced 82% decline of where they once were. Now this dramatic shift has left businesses scrambling to rethink their entire digital strategy. Now where did all these searches go? Simple, they moved to other platforms. As I said in the beginning, Instagram currently processes about 6.5 billion searches per day. And Amazon handles around 3.5 billion searches, and those are about to buy. As I said earlier, they're not just looking for it and scrolling down. You're ready to just press this buy now button. Now Pinterest, the forgotten player here, even gets about 2 billion searches per day. And now ChatGPT, the new one on the block, is already claiming 1 billion searches per day. And ChatGPT delivers answers. You don't have to scroll through several pages to find what you're actually looking for. And that is huge. This is a fundamental shift in how people search online. Think about it. If you want fashion inspiration or home decor inspiration, are you typing text into Google? Or are you scrolling through visual feeds, the likes of Instagram or even TikTok? And if you want to know if a product is any good, are you reading Google results? Or are you checking Amazon reviews? The reality is, people want different search experiences. Visual discovery on Instagram, conversational queries on ChatGPT, and product research on Amazon. Google's one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't cut it anymore today. Google's heavy reliance on ads has also hurt their user experience. You know it, the search pages have become increasingly cluttered with advertisements pushing organic search results further down the page. Basically the opposite of what it once was. Meanwhile, competitors offer cleaner, more specialized search experience tailored to specific user needs. So the big question becomes, is Google actually dying? Is it the end of search as we know it? Well, not exactly. Well, Google is still growing in absolute numbers. They are processing about 8 billion searches today, and that's still massive. The difference now is that they no longer have a monopoly. What we are seeing currently is not Google's death. It's much more a fragmentation of search across multiple platforms. And each platform is serving a different user intent in different ways. Now, what does this mean for you? Why your customers can't find you anymore? This fragmentation has created a serious problem across businesses everywhere. You are not alone. And you know what? You could be sitting on top of Google right now, and I'm talking page number 1, position number 1, and still be invisible to most of your potential customers. Think about it. Ever wonder why your website traffic keeps dropping, even though your Google ranking haven't changed at all? That 18% of share means 82% of searches for your business might be happening in places where you are not. So where are your customers looking for you? Now they have spread across this multi-platform ecosystem. Think of it like different marketplaces in a city. Google is like this massive department store where people go for everything. Think Walmart. But now people are also shopping at specific department stores or boutique shops to please their specific needs. And each platform has its unique search environment with completely different rules. On Amazon, people are in full shopping mode, comparing products and prices. Meanwhile, Instagram and Pinterest users browse with a visual discovery mindset, scrolling for inspiration rather than typing specific queries. Now they're planning weddings, they're redecorating homes, or seeking beautiful places to go and visit. And then on ChatGPT, users want conversation-style answers without clicking through links. They ask questions like, what's the best restaurant in downtown Chicago for a first date? And expect immediate human-like responses. Now Google hasn't helped this situation either. Their dependence on ads has made the user experience worse over time. When was the last time you did a Google search and the first screen was full of ads? Meanwhile, these other platforms offer cleaner, more specialized ways to find exactly what the user needs. And this is why so many businesses are confused right now. They check their Google Analytics, see traffic dropping, and freak out, even though their rankings haven't changed. The game has completely changed around them, but they're still playing by the old rules. I talked last week to a business owner who is selling self-made jewelry. She was pulling her hair out because her traffic dropped by 40%. And that, even though she still ranks in the top 3 for her money pages. Then we took together a closer look and we figured out her potential customers are not on Google anymore. They were browsing on Instagram and Pinterest for jewelry inspiration and then buying directly on those platforms. So now you're asking yourself, what's replacing the old backlink strategy that worked for Google so well? Brand mentions are becoming the new backlinks in this multi-platform ecosystem. It's like the digital word of mouth. Think about it. Each mention is a vote of confidence from real users. When someone talks about you on Amazon, you're building this web of mentions that reinforces your relevance across multiple platforms. They are all looking for brands that real people are talking about. Every mention acts like a real personal recommendation that builds trust with both users and the platform themselves. This means you have to start thinking of building your brand across multiple platforms, increasing those brand mentions and collectively get high quality reviews. And that everywhere your potential customer might be looking for you. It's about being visible wherever your specific customer is searching for. So let's wrap this up. Success in this world isn't about throwing money at Google anymore. Don't do that. It's about authentic connections with your audience wherever they are searching. That local jewelry I mentioned earlier, they transformed their business through Instagram visuals and engaging TikTok content. And that sent sales through the roof. They forgot completely about Google. And you know, an online store that masters both Google and Amazon, capturing different customers simultaneously, adapt such a multi-platform approach. The search everywhere era is already here, and your competitors are catching up fast. Having visibility across multiple platforms isn't optional anymore. It is essential for your survival. Next time, I will break down exactly how I approach this multi-platform strategy in a step-by-step guide, even for you as a small business with limited resources. And start preparing for your future of your business. It's gonna be a wild ride. See you in the next video.